welcome back to another episode of Northwoods Cooking. As always, I'm Jake. Today we got a little bit of a special episode that I've been looking forward to here. As you can see, there's some cheese pizzas here on the table, and we are going to do a review of 3 cheese pizzas, all for under $5, and let you know which one we think is best. So, we have Jack's, Roma, and then Red Baron. Those are the 3 for today, and we'll be trying them one at a time. We'll see how it goes. See you in a bit. So, first things first, we have a special guest today. This is my lovely wife, Faye.
Nice to meet you.
And first pizza that we're gonna try here is the Red Baron. So, let's do it. Cheers. First thing I noticed is like the bottom, I don't know, eighth of the crust is extremely crunchy.
But it's light.
Yes.
I like that.
Pretty good amount of sauce.
It matches the cheese ratio pretty good.
I like it. What are you thinking for a score? Well, 1 to 5. We'll do 1 to 5.
5 being delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Be generous. I give it a 4.
4?
Yeah?
That's a good score. I thought it was very good. Very, very surprised. I would probably go in that 3.5 to 4 range. One thing that did stick out to me is that it seemed like between the cheese and the crust, it was like hollow.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little bit weird, but overall, 3.5 for me.
4 for me. I'd say if you definitely like a lighter crust that has a little bit more body to it, I think it matches very well there. The sauce has good flavor, not too tomatoey, I guess. Yeah. It matches pretty well with the cheese.
The other thing I would mention is that for being a thicker, thin crust, it doesn't have, like, it doesn't act like a thick crust.
Right.
If that makes sense. It's a thicker, thin crust, but it tastes very similar to a thin crust.
Sorry about the surprise, introduction of Luigi, but yeah, I'd buy this again.
Right on. On to the Romas next. Alrighty, and we're back. This is the Romas. Cooked it at 450 for 10 minutes. The package said 8 to 11 minutes at 450. I figured go 10 minutes, get a little crunch on there. First thoughts on this one?
Thinner crust.
Definitely thinner. Definitely seems, I don't know. So, that's why we're here. We're going to give it a shot. The sauce is sweeter.
Mm-hmm. If you're looking for a true thin crust pizza, though, this is the way to do it. This is it.
Big difference from the last one, from the Red Baron to this.
I still think that the sauce to cheese ratio is appropriate. It's not too saucy.
Yeah, I don't have much to say other than I I'm a thin crust person, so I really like this and I can appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is very equivalent. The thinness of the crust, the sauce, the cheese. One thing I will say though is the sauce's flavor of it's a little different.
There's not as much garlic flavor, I feel like, through it, and the sweetness kind of mutes this tomato flavor through it.
That's a good way to put it, the sweetness of it. Other thing I noticed for being a cheaper pizza, if you're looking to feed multiple people, this is not going to be the one. Just, it doesn't have enough body.
Unless you have about 2 times the regular amount that you have.
Yeah, multiple pizzas rather than one. But
Overall score?
I'm gonna go 3. But the crust is great. The cheese is normal. I'm happy with that. Reason I went that low, and I'm a thin crust type of person, like I mentioned, but the sauce, there's something about the sauce on the Roma pizza that I just can't figure it out. What about you?
I think I'd probably go with the same at a 3. I like the more flavorful sauces, so those that are sweeter and not quite as tomato based, and I also like garlic, so I feel like the Red Baron pizza exceeded the Roma in that sense, and the amount of sauce and the taste of the sauce, excuse me. Definitely if you're going for a thin crust, so
this is
the good one. So yeah,
right on.
Perfect.
Next we'll be back with the Jacks. Have a good one. What are you doing?
Taste test according to Luigi.
Get down. All right. Gotta have some fun every now and again. So this here is the Jack's Pizza. Cooked it at 425 for 13 minutes, I believe. Package said 11. One thing I do notice is it looks very similar to the Roma.
I feel like even just like appearance, cheese distribution is a little bit more even to me on first appeal.
Yeah. It does seem like there is quite a bit more cheese on this one too.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's give her a whirl. Hot. Very hot. I like the sauce.
Yep. The sauce is better than the Roma. For sure.
I would say probably pretty equal to the Red Baron.
I agree. Again, a good sauce to cheese ratio.
Yep.
I like the crust.
I do too.
It's not as thin as the Roma, but it has a nice crispiness to it.
Still, I would say considered a thin crust, but definitely seems like it has more body to it.
Absolutely.
Whereas the Roma was...
I almost feel like it's an appetizer style pizza.
That's a very good way to put it. Do you have a number in your mind?
Yeah. I'm gonna give this one a 3.5.
3.5?
I think the Red Baron has been my favorite.
Has it?
I enjoy I like the thicker crust. I think the sauce is best on that pizza.
And for myself, I think I'm gonna go probably 3.5. if we're going by quarters, I would go 3.75 because I do think in my mind it is better than the Red Baron.
Yeah.
But not a lot better. Overall, this has been my favorite. And as you had mentioned, the Red Baron is your favorite.
Yeah, I definitely think that I would rank it in terms of taste. Definitely the sauce is what makes it for me, as well as the crust. But Red Baron, Jack's, and Roma is my least favorite. Simply based on sauce. I mean, I like the crust qualities of the Roma. I think that the Jack's Pizza here does a better job mixing that together in terms of a thin crust cheese pizza because it has the sauce isn't as sweet.
Yeah, and I would echo that as well, that the sauce, the crust, as far as being a true thin crust pizza, the sauce, the cheese ratio, and the crust on this one is superior to the Roma.
Yeah.
And this being my favorite, just edged out the Red Baron by the slimmest of margins, but that comes down to the crust. Overall, any final closing arguments per se?
Nah. Let's eat.
All right, right on. I'd just like to say thanks for watching. This was a fun one. Got Faye involved. Yeah, like I said, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.